Hello everyone and happy breastfeeding week. As this year's theme suggests, it is to protect breastfeeding by sharing responsibility. It is each and everyone's responsibility to make sure that this winning journey is really smoothened. As a mother, it is your duty to be well informed that what you must expect while you're breastfeeding. As healthcare providers, it is our responsibility to ensure and to empower you with all the professional help that is needed. As a family, it is their responsibility to smoothen those curves for you and make it really more soulful and more meaningful journey for you. I welcome Dr. Shelly Singh, Senior Consultant, and Dr. Hola, who is a neonatologist and a pediatrician at Rosewalk Hospital.
Hi Rashi.
Hello.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's such a pleasure to be here.
So, sir, the topic that we're going to be talking about, we all understand that breastfeeding is really, really important and has many multiple benefits, not only for baby and for the mother. But ma'am, I would want to understand what are the long-term achieving goals for breastfeeding.
So as you very rightly said, Rashi, we've been talking about all the benefits to the mother, to the baby, which are all short-term benefits. So today let's do something which is a little off the track. Let's just talk about the long-term benefits to both the baby as well as to the mom. Let me talk about the moms first of all. Dr. Holla, of course, will be covering the long-term effects for the baby. So currently, it's been seen that most of the times, moms who are breastfeeding their babies are able to shed weight a lot more easily and a lot more earlier compared to moms who are not breastfeeding. So around 500 calories of weight is lost every day because of this journey of breastfeeding. The second thing is that it also helps in involution of the uterus, which means that the uterus has to go back to its normal pre-pregnant size that it does with breastfeeding. There will be less chances of anemia as well, because obviously there will be less blood loss because of the breastfeeding as we've seen. Apart from this, it's also been seen that in the long term, there will be less chances of hypertension, diabetes, also osteoporosis, endometriosis, and later on, even chances that there will be less chances or incidence of even ovarian and breast cancer. So there are a huge gamut of benefits which are going to be reaped in case the moms decide to feed their babies. In fact, 6 months exclusive breastfeeding, and then we continue for as long as possible.
So I would like to add on to that. Since ma'am, you've mentioned that we have reaping benefits on the weight loss. All the mothers are always worried about by when will I actually come back to my original body weight. Yes, you can not only burn up to 500 calories a day, but the reason why your body is burning is to make sure that you are able to sustain and build enough breast milk for the baby. Now, all the herbal galactococs that a new mother is consuming, such as jeera water, or probably in the forms of fenugreek seeds and nettle seeds and carom and many more, they all have proven science that they not only enhance the breast milk production, but also they are enriched with those little micronutrients such as iron, magnesium, zinc, which your body needs to sustain their bone health, and it also kind of promotes an overall well-being of an individual. Now, sir, there is so much of magic beyond that, that outreaches beyond mother and babies. So what are those benefits of breastfeeding that, we can expect?
Right. Just to continue with what Dr. Shelly mentioned about the long-term benefits for babies, there are two main things that I want to mention, and that has to do with one, with intelligence, and secondly, with long-term health. You know that the first 6 months of a baby's growth is mainly related to brain growth. And obviously the organ which is growing most rapidly needs the right kind of nutrients. And the breast milk is tailor-made for the baby's brain growth, and it actually helps the baby to achieve the full brain potential, whatever this baby has inherited from his parents. The second thing is that the first 6 months is the time when the baby is learning how to deal with various nutrients, how to digest them, how to assimilate them into the body, and these have a long-term benefit on helping to prevent lifestyle diseases. like diabetes, like hypertension, like heart attacks. So people who have been breastfed for 6 months actually have some amount of protection from these diseases much later in life. Now that's about the long-term benefits for the baby directly. As you said, breastfeeding goes a long way beyond just the mother and the baby. It is the effect that it has on the family, on the environment, on the economy, or on the economics of breastfeeding. So just to look at the environment, breastfeeding is a much more environmentally friendly thing. The amount of carbon which is produced in producing 1 kilo of formula feed is about 4 kilos equivalent of carbon dioxide or equivalent greenhouse gases. Now, if you add to that the infrastructural requirements for actually transporting that milk till the baby, all the plastics that are used in feeding the baby, the detergents that are required for cleaning the bottles, all those things which are associated with that, it's nearly 3 times that much. That means the carbon footprint of 1 kilo of milk is about 12 kilos. Whereas breastfeeding has got a negligible or practically no carbon footprint at all. Look at the economics of it. Non-breastfed babies, that means those babies who are on formula feed, definitely have a higher incidence of illness, of either obesity or growth-related issues, more frequent visits to the hospital. And here I'm not talking about all the distress that goes with the child falling sick. That is an entirely different thing. We are only talking about the economics. So economically also breastfeeding is a much more viable alternative. So this year's theme for the breastfeeding week is mainly related to how the entire world can support breastfeeding. So I think there is a very important role of the family. The family needs to be supportive to the mother. It's a very difficult time for a mother who has just gone through all the rigors of delivering a baby to have to breastfeed a baby, and a baby who's constantly cranky or crying. So the family has a very important role to play in that. Beyond that, the workplace. There are so many mothers who don't have the luxury of sitting at home and breastfeeding their baby. The workplace needs to be supportive. If she has to go out, she has to travel in a train, there has to be a place where she can feed her baby, or in an aircraft, or in any public place. There is no public amenity which is available to a mother in the majority of areas. Yes, certain malls do have breastfeeding babies, but that's just a handful of them. So I think the entire world has a responsibility. And if you think of the long-term benefits both for the mother and for the baby, you're talking about a population 20 years later who's going to be more intelligent. Don't we all have a responsibility in making sure that those babies are more intelligent and more healthy? So I think I hope that answers.
I completely agree, yes sir. I completely agree. And I hope, this talk has been very helpful, and a lot of people should actually understand what their role is and how can you play your part to make sure that we make this place a better place, not only for us, but for the coming generation and their further generations. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure having you.